was too much or too little for him to share with anyone. He had a big heart and very few words. His few words meant a lot when he spoke them. His words were constructive, encouraging, and inspiring. I remember a time when I snuck and drank some medicine. It made me sick. I had to be rushed to the hospital. Uncle and my grandmother took me to the hospital. On the ride there, my grandmother was plotting how she was going to kill me for doing this. Throughout the whole dilemma, Uncle remained calm and cool. My grandmother, on the other hand, was a nervous wreck. Uncle was the doctor, confidence, voice of reasoning, and my special transport. I recall how we drove 4026 through rough roads just to make sure I had the proper medical attention. Come rain or shine, Uncle was always there with my grandma and my aunt in raising us while my parents were abroad seeking a better life for their family. Uncle was a second father to myself and my siblings. He gave us the same love and attention he gave his own biological kids. I, on the other hand, got an extra set of loving because I was his pet. Uncle was our pillar of support, friend, and the best saxophonist ever existed in the land of Carriacou. My siblings and I, whom he have helped to nurture, will miss him dearly, and his honest fatherly advice. His sudden death came to a shock to me. I didn't expect it, and I was hoping he would be around to meet his nieces, Michaela and Christina Sweat. God, in his infinite wisdom, knows best. May his soul rest in heavenly peace, and may the good Lord comfort his grieving family and friends. So long for the 26th, may your soul rest in peace.
Good afternoon. My name is Kathleen Douglas, and my poem is called To My Uncle. I said a prayer for you to thank the Lord above for blessing me with a lifetime of your tender-hearted love. I thank God for the caring you have shown me through the years, for the closeness we have enjoyed in time of laughter and in time of tears. And so, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have been for me and my family and friends. And I thank the blessed Lord for giving me one of the best uncles there could be. Rest in peace, Uncle Dollie, 4026. My music genius, fly with the angels in heaven and continue playing the sweet music. You will be surely missed. Thank you.
Before we invite Zarina, we want to invite Jamilia Maturin to do a tribute. Jamilia Maturin.
Good evening, everybody. I am Jamilia Mathurin. I am the grandfather of Mr. William, and I'm just going to do a song tribute along with my brother. When I am down and oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdens be, there I am still and sit here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger, its restless heart made so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. Thank you.
At this time, we invite Ms. Zarina Bido.
When the time shall come for my leaving, when I bid you adieu, don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. I'll go to a beautiful garden at last when life's work is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. I want a good old time preacher to preach the gospel truth. I want no tales of my history, rose will do. I'll go to a beautiful garden at last where life's walk is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. I'll go to a beautiful garden at last where life's walk is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. Thank you.
Our final tribute this afternoon comes from Ms. Deborah Adams. We invite Deborah to the podium. She is going to be followed by the eulogy, and the eulogy will be done by Mr. Victor Ashby. Ms. Deborah Adams with the final eulogy.
In church, I'm the was and is still the caterer of Mr. Dollie. I started working with Mr. Dollie on Wednesday, December 8, 2021. And from that day to the 13th of May, 2022, we had 4 memories. And I'm going to give you about 3 of the memories that we had. I remember for Carnival 2022, I was arguing with my cousin and he overheard the argument. Soca and Calypso is different. Don't argue with she, you win. One other memory with Mr. Dollie was on the 13th of May, just before I leave work. Mr. Dollie liked to wind down to get down to the bed, all the way down to the foot. Only heaven knows how we getting down to the end. We decide that we're going to put him up all the way back up to the top. I call Mommy. So we call Aunt Mommy, so I adopt the name Mommy. Mommy, we have to put Daddy before I leave. Then we called a guy that is there with Miss Ann to come put Daddy up back on the bed. And Daddy goes to Mommy. Mommy, if you want to hear me mouth today, I dare you, move me from this bed and all hell break loose. Well, we fight, we put him up. Daddy have that whistle that he liked to blow. I sleeping in my bed Friday night. I hear toot toot, toot toot. The whistle blow. I wake up from my bed and I'm trying to call Ann, but when I look at the phone, it was 11 o'clock. And I said, oh, I'm home. I'm not at work, so I think I'm still at work. Then on Sunday evening, Mommy called me and she said, I'm taking Daddy up to the hospital. Monday morning, about 5:30, I called Mommy, tried to ask her what time should I come to work. And she was crying. Debbie, you have to come now. Daddy is getting worse. So 6:30, we was up at the hospital. My cousin Wilma went up to the hospital with me, a kiddo and most of his aunt grandchildren. We was up at the hospital. And this is going to remain with me forever. 9 minutes to 11 on May 2022, God called Daddy home. He held my hand, he held Frankie's hand, There was a warden in the hospital prayed for him, and his eye was wide open. It was an Adventist warden. Daddy tried to say something, but the words couldn't come out. Only the tears came. And he died. We was right there, holding my right hand and holding Frankie's left hand. We watched him die. That's the first time I saw somebody died in my eyes, and God called him home. And Daddy, this song is for you. Blessed be the tie that binds us in Christian love, the fellowship of kindred minds. It's like the dot above before our Father's throne. We poured and praise our fears, our hopes, our aims, our one, our comforts and our cares. We share our mortal wounds, our mortal burdens bear, and often for each other's flow, those sympathizing cares. When we are asunder apart, it gives us inward pains, but we shall still be joining hands and hope to meet again, and hope to meet again. Daddy, this one is for you. Thank you.
At this time, we invite to the microphone Mr. Victor Ashby to do the eulogy.
Pilgrims all. We embrace Joe. Our good Lord gives, and our good Lord takes. So blessed be the name of the Lord. Complete statement. We live. We live for the Lord. We must die to live with the Lord. So in a sense, this could be the complete eulogy, because this message is profound. There's no need for dressings. But if I were to demand that condition. I would be against the culture, Carriacou, social, and culture itself. So I would ask, and I hope time will allow me to, that you allow me to continue, and in fact I am going to continue, so as to ensure that each member of this congregation and this grieving party understands the life of the departed brother. Our greatly bereaved widow and the children, their families, relatives, countrymen, friends, pilgrims all, lend me your ears. William, Willie, Dollie, Fortune, whom we mourn today, and the days which went since his sad passing, was born on the 18th of July, 1938, to Anna Fortune. He was the sixth child of 7. Four were either stillbirth or died soon after birth. He was the second of the set of 3 who survived to womanhood. The other 2 were Doris and Eileen, my mother. My experience of Uncle Dollie and the Fortunes spans 7 generations. I knew Tani, great grandmother. I knew Tana, Dollie's mother. I knew the generation of Dollie. I am of that next generation. There are generations following my generation, to the degree that if you were to have a look at the obituaries in this program, and if you were to have an appreciation of the depth and content of the obituaries, you will get a very good glimpse at the depth and quality of our deceased brother. William, Willie, Dollie, Fortune. So, I would want to give sufficient snippets of the life of, I say, my uncle, which is a fact. But I can also say of my father. And I can add my brother. We grew up as two peas in a pod. Kind of Siamese with a little gap. I mean twins. Because he was the only boy in the yard. I came a few years after him, and so we were the two boys in the yard and in the village. We talked Fort Hill, we talk Prospect Hall, we talk Hillsborough, and of course, we must talk Brunswick. I was foot in, foot out with him. So I do not speak as a passing connection. I am a rooted connection with Dollie. I know why he's called Dollie. Very pretty little baby. Very pretty baby. His hair approximated what I called in my days here corn babe. You know that corn babe, he ain't ripe yet. And so it's nice and bright and shiny. His hair was of that texture and look. And so he was coined Dollie from very early in his life. So that's Dollie. And of course, the name Dollie became his name. I wish to say to us that it's difficult. It's difficult to speak the life of Uncle Dollie in a eulogy. This has to be volumed. So, I would only make appropriate references to high points of this life. Can't do justice in a eulogy. It will come in writing subsequently. I would caption Uncle Dollie's life in 5 broad categories. I refer to them as Dollie the Patriot. In fact, more than patriot, Dollie the Patriarch, patriarchal, the Patriarch. Dollie the family man. Dollie the technician, agriculturist. Dollie the cultural icon of Carriacou. And I see my friend here, Leo Joseph. Very good to see you, sir. Leo might want to compete, but can't compete. And Dollie, the naturalist, the herbalist, and the hygienist. Let me give snippets of each of these categories for the sake of ensuring that we connect. Dollie the Patriarch. Clear connection in status and interaction. Clear respect by all members of the family. Even when members of the generation before him were alive. He was the go-to member for advice and counsel. A man of very few words. But each word represented pages. These words were given with clear, unflinching, very disciplined closure. No ifs, no buts. Done, take it or leave it. His gospel. The family man. Francis, Richard, Patrick. His wife, Anne, Fortune, Nee, Simon. A very long-standing delivery as couple. She bore and they raised Lincoln, Edith, Franklin, Judith, Sharon, Joseph, and Jeffrey. I call the last two big man and little man. Grandchildren, obituary speaks. Great-grandchildren, obituary speaks. And soon to have great-great-great-grandchildren. His life, Uncle Dollie's life, marked by generosity. His generosity, so outreaching and so engaging, has left him bereft of finances that he saved. Once the need was expressed, Uncle Dollie did not know how to say no. The technician, agriculturist, the face of cable and wireless in Carriacou. When it was the face of the aborted government technology effort in Carriacou. Before Uncle Dollie was untimely forced out of the government's employees system. Uncle Dollie knew the contour of every pole, every telephone pole, every electricity pole in Carriacou. Uncle Dollie built everything that hands could build. The village radio, the village telephone. The village assembled at Uncle Dollie's home to get the calls, to listen to the Murphy, I don't know if you know that one, Murphy and Philip radio. Them had big battery and all kind of things. Those were the days. That's Dollie, Uncle Dollie's. Everything that hands can create, Uncle Dollie created. Starting with the fact that building his house, he's his own architect, he's his own contractor, he's his own mason, he's his own carpenter, and all the other things that go with building a house. Everything that agriculture can produce, particularly vegetables, root and leafy, and of course everything that, I don't know how he did it, but how he crossed the animals, the goat in, but